Greetings and salutations. Ben here. Y'all there? Ferd there? Yay! Ferd typing in the private chat thinking it's the comments, but it's not. Anyways, we got a bunch of people joining in. Ferd's got some connection issues. That's why he's pretending to be a mannequin at the moment. So he's going to be in and out a bit. Thunderstorms. Thunder. Ooh, lightning. Woo! What you say is frightening.
A little bit of freeze frame right now.
Right. So I wish I had a keyboard just handy. I could just do that. If someone freezes, just start playing that. Yeah. Plus, I like any song that ends with a phaser on the whole band mix, right? When they do that kind of phasey, flangey wash. I don't know which is which. Let's see what we got here. We got first in the chat, Lee, several hours ago. He hopes he can make it. So do I. I hope Ferd returns too. There's Matt McCollum.
Brother.
Joining us in a couple of weeks. Munch Michelli. Great to see Munch. Racy Monkey Guitars. Good to see you. It's Chris, who will just leave a hang without saying goodbye.
Sometimes.
All the time. But especially on Fridays. There's Arf. Good to see you. Who else we got here? Scrolling. Papa Blue.
Right on.
Rock Daddy. John Landino. JP Page 2, a.k.a. Jim.
Right on.
What's going on with Ferd? It doesn't like his mic or his cam now. The fuck?
Rock Daddy, my loud brother.
There's Billy Baloney. Steve Razor Roser. Steve and Ferder here.
See, Steve.
Phaser on the whole mix. Always let me do the mastery. Richard Nagamitsu, fresh off his trip to Mexico.
Cheers, Rich.
Guitar Man 45.
Boop.
Jenny, who's been leaving some of the best comments on my videos as of late, cracks a fella up and a fellette. She didn't know fellettes were real. Did a Google search. Turns out they are. Neighbor's here.
Cheers.
Mark's here. You can tell by the way that he is. There's a good friend Lawrence, the wizard of circuitry and such. Good to see you. Munch Michelli just got limited edition 74. His first LPD Pedal.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Paul nailed it.
Brother Paul.
Larry wasn't available. It's fine. Actually, he chose people all with a full head of hair. That's fine. That's fine. That's good. So yeah, we're hanging out. We're having fun. If you got any questions for any of us, you can put question marks at the beginning of the comment or add us, ampersand. That's a fancy word. You're a member, you can use the member milestone. That'll stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Or super chats are good. We like those. What's up, Hip Metalworks? Good to see Ken in here.
Ken.
Hey, Ken.
Yeah. I must say the best comment I had on yesterday's Soda Pop Saturday video was, I like Sunkissed. You can tell it's Sunkissed because of the way that it is. It's true. Also, I was trolling my cousins today. Doug's out doing cornhole in Edmonton, and cousin Kelly went out to support him in person, and it was Kelly's birthday today, so her brother Brad said, on the face, "Happy birthday, Kelly! Have a great week." And she says, "I'll see you tomorrow. I'm bringing over Doug." And I said, "Why does that sound like a threat?" All right, there's William De Silva and Blackjack Guitar.
Right on.
See both of you. Michael Krause has a question. Where'd it go? There it is. What guitar repair / mod would you not attempt?
I'll try anything.
I wouldn't do a neck reset on an acoustic.
Good one.
Nice. I wouldn't want to try rewinding a pickup. I don't have the eyesight for it, I don't think. I can't see the damn
No
wire.
Martian Murray.
Is that Steve Cassidy guitar?
I've watched too many of those Ted Woodford videos with the neck resets to
Ted's the
even
man.
try something like that.
He's the guy that I'm gonna have do the work on my Martin. Like, he's more than competent, and just I'll book it a year in advance, as one does, and yeah. There's Rob, Oppie Bass Gear. By the way, Rob, I was going to message you. I don't know if you saw Rush released live in Toronto, 1984, Grace Under Pressure tour concert video that was originally released on VHS. And I thought, Geddy Lee with a mullet playing a Steinberger? How could Rob not be into this? And so check it out, Rob. And Neil had the spinning drum riser, Trev, long before that Tommy Lee character. Mm-hmm. Except when his moved around, he moved around too because he had different drum kits set up, all each. And so,
in answer to Chris's question, green guitars are not evil; they just ugly.
I don't have one anymore. There's one taking up space in the room here, but it's not one.
Hey, Blue Mox.
Cheers, Blue.
Good to see you, Blue Mox. I bet Rob had a mullet back then. He might have. Neil had the braided rat tail going on. Ooh. Yes. Any Italian soda pop was amazing. Rob had
those green sparkle guitars remind me of a stripper that I knew in Norfolk, Virginia in the 70s.
She was both covered in sparkles and kind of green in places. Ew.
One of them Martian women.
Stop searching for tone.
Big Shug, the world's first 300-pound go-go girl.
I don't know what to say. You need a life, Michael Kroos, he says. Dark Rob owns one of those cables. So what does that say about him? Hello, Nightwolf. Good to see ya. Oh, that's even worse. I had one too, but I had an excuse. I was in 4th grade. Corey Hart was popular. I went and got the spiked hair and the rat tail all at once, Trev. Mm-hmm. My mother was not impressed because it was the first time she dropped me off at the barber shop. I saw your avatar, Rob. I knew who it was. So, yes. Good to see a nice crowd here. Mm-hmm. If you haven't already, please hit the like. If we get more than 30 likes, YouTube will actually promote this for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not sure why. Anyways. Yes. So Ferd's happy because I bought a natural finish guitar. I don't blame him. It's pretty. It doesn't need anything more. Patrick Treitz is here. I briefly met Patrick earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
He popped on the post-show hang on Ed's.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
It was.
Yeah.
No, I had a bunch of fun. Richard Engemitsu says, I had long permed hair in about 1987.
Wow.
I am picturing that in my head, and that is not right. That's not right at all. Then again, there was a period of time in the 90s I had frosted tips for a week.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about that, Trev, was then I went down Daytona, and it was so windy I couldn't wear a hat. And so if I kind of jumped my hair back, you could see the streaks and the highlights. But if I went forward, which was the way it was in Florida, it was completely blonde when I brushed it forward. Billy had a perm once. I'm just trying to picture Bill with hair. Sorry, Bill, but you've been follically challenged as long as I've known you. Oh no, I think you showed me a photo back in the day, like that photo that's in here. Isn't that you back in the day, right there?
Yeah.
He looks like he's wearing one of those striped tank tops from the 70s that you should be riding like a big old ape hanger bicycle.
Yeah. Banana seat.
Yeah, banana seat. Make a ramp out of a 2x6 and a cinder block. What's the last song you played or listened to, Ferd, or both? How about that?
Jesus. What was the last one I listened to? I just listened to one this morning. I don't remember what it was.
Perfect.
It's Pink Floyd.
Right on. Congrats, William.
Nice. Congrats. Last song I listened to. I guess technically it would have been a medley because I was watching that Rush concert last night.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. So Finding My Way was part of the medley. What's up, Mark Taft?
The Glass Man.
Last song I played. Was either something original after I turned off my phaser. If not, I had the phaser on, so I was playing Gold Dust Woman.
Last one I played was Give Me 3 Steps.
Nice. Classic. I found if you play that intro more than once in a row, Ryan Hall shows up.
Yep.
Because I've done it. Ooh. Smart ass in a good way. Should the answer be the opening theme?
There you go.
Oh. Do jingles count?
Yo, Rock Daddy.
Considering that riff I pretty much ripped off a Steve Miller song. And then if that's the case, the song before that would have been the intro music to Ted Woodford's video today.
Yeah, well, there's that too. I was just watching the video that where he restored that guitar for Adam Savage.
Oh yeah, that was a bit of work. Understatement.
Yeah, I've got one very similar to that, made in Japan on the back plate, and that's the only guess I got at where it was made, who made it. There's no company name on it, anything.
Got a Teisco like that, although by the headstock shape you can tell it's a Teisco.
Yeah,
because it's got the 4 on one side, 2 on another.
This one I picked up at a yard sale for $35. It was a bass. The neck was warped and it didn't have a truss rod. I took the bass neck off of it and stuck a Johnson Strat neck on it and worked it up from there.
Nice.
Full hollow.
I like some of those cheaper Japanese guitars, Trav. You know, you lock it at the headstock. There's that nice 3-screw truss rod cover. Then you pull it off, and there's nothing underneath because it was just there for show.
Yeah.
What's Ferd an expert in? It would be fun to play Let's Stump Ferd. Well, you know, I was going to say, I think you reach a certain age and you become not quite an expert, but knowledgeable on quite a few things in life if you pay attention.
Yeah. Jack of all trades.
Right. Although, by his age, and this is not anything derogatory, that bin of randomness I showed on a video a few weeks ago, he knew more items in there than anyone else, guaranteed. Although Munch did do the listing. He's like, this is this. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. See, I just turned 71 last week.
Not bad.
Eston Ray.
Good job.
Jenny. Last song I played was Hotel California's Melia with copyright strike in my own living room. And we'll ask Steve's question once Ferd returns. Yes, actually, we had Ferd's birthday on here last year, or was that a Water Buffalo meeting? One or the other. I remember. That was fun. Papa Blue will be 69 at the end of this year.
Yeah. Congrats.
Of course, it's always a drawer of stuff by the phone.
Steve Reezer Rezer, some of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Grand Funk Railroad.
Nice.
Of course, Pink Floyd.
Sure.
Clapton.
Mm-hmm.
From the Layla album.
Okay. All excellent music, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite people here, Michael B. Always great to see Michael. We're due to have Michael B on again, too. Just saying.
Yeah.
Always fun. And Absolute Mayhem.
Right on.
Arf turns 60 at the end of the month.
One of my favorite was Ozzy back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I used to crank up, and my dad would run by my bedroom and said, "Turn that shit down."
I remember my cousin, who was growing up in a religious household, couldn't play any Ozzy Osbourne because his father had heard bad things about Ozzy Osbourne, but he could play Black Sabbath.
Yeah. He didn't know any better.
My uncle never scratched the surface on that one. He didn't learn. Anytime he heard anything, it sounded like racket, he'd always say through the door, "Is that Ozzy Osbourne?" No. Should have just played it anyways and told him no, but.
Jenny, that copyright strike there, don't ever play anything by the Eagles.
I have flirted with the Eagles. It depends, I will say. Certain songs, it seems if it was more written by Joe Walsh, he's cooler about it.
Yeah.
If it was written by that asshole with the afro on the drum kit, you may have this issue. Let's see. Where did I see here? Rich and Egg says, anyone played a PV Josh Homme Decade 2 10-watt 1.8 combo amplifier? They're down from 5 or 600 to 400. That is ridiculously too much money. That's not worth more than $75. That's ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. The Decade 2, it's the exact same preamp as any of those 10-watt solid state. A Rage will do the job. It's the same thing. And all you're doing is using it as a third guitar track, and you blend it slightly up the center. That's what you're doing. You run your same rig through it. It's all falling apart, dying sound, but you just blend it in. It's not the main tone. Just saying. Aaron and I had a very long conversation about it because he did that on one of the Albus tracks on their first album or second. I don't remember that detail. Clapton went downhill when he stopped playing a Les Paul. Yes or hell yes? Depends. I guess technically he played a Les Paul also in the Yardbirds, right? Because the SG wouldn't be an SG. That would have been a Les Paul probably.
Yeah.
Technically speaking.
Yeah. I think he played a Telly some in the Yardbirds too.
Yep. I would say, or I'm thinking Cream. Jesus Christ. But no, because I do like some of the Stratty stuff through the 70s. When he started incorporating horns, or basically, it's interesting. Ferd, with Clapton through the 80s. Super strong, out there touring. Basically, Dire Straits as his backing band, / him playing with Dire Straits when they go on tour. Rocking a Saldana with a Strat, which does not sound anything like a Saldana with a Strat. And then all of a sudden, he's like, nope, I'm just doing blues acoustic albums now, and I'm just going to do covers of Mississippi Delta blues. And I'm like, really? Yeah. Really? And he took that turn. It was basically after the Unplugged deal. It went, nope, this is what I'm doing. Wow.
How much did his Unplugged guitar go for at the auction the other day?
Mm-hmm.
How much did it go for? I know it was in the auction.
I don't know.
I know.
At first, I liked the Unplugged thing.
But the Black Strat went for 14 million.
Well, for not bad for a parts caster, right?
Yeah, 10 million more than Jim Irsay paid for it when he bought it.
Right. I like the Unplugged thing, but I also didn't like the Unplugged thing because one, I was never a fan of Tears in Heaven, and two, never a fan of Layla, and then I had to hear a whole new version. It was like when Wayne's World came out with Bohemian Rhapsody, a song I also detested, and then it was everywhere for a year. So that was tedious.
Yeah.
Jerry's Tiger went for $9 million. Yes. This is the problem when one guy collects most of the famous guitars in the world and then passes away, and then the market gets flooded with famous guitars because he owned them all.
Yeah. That was one song that I listened to some lately was Clapton playing Layla with Derek Trucks.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
And Derek Trucks kind of came along, very young at the time, but came along about the time Clapton was getting out of it and picked up the mantle. Oh, you don't want to do this shit anymore? Loud blues rock? I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Bonamassa.
Exactly. Michael Crows. Let's do Layla, but take out the riff. What? Kind of that, yeah. I was waiting for one of our live music aficionados because our friend Jim's been to a concert. I'm surprised he has any hearing left about shows he's been to. And 4.1 million for the Triple O.
Yeah, I see that.
Wow. Of course, that was that performance that made me want a Triple O as well. Because I've been playing the 28 forever, and then I was like, ooh, I like that. And then my dad laughed. He's like, "You don't know what that is. He's playing a vintage Triple O." He's like, "If you sold everything, including your car, you'd have about half the money, son." And I went, "Damn." I don't. At this age, I don't think he should. That wouldn't be good.
You'd probably kill him.
No. But it'd make for some interesting social media rants.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm going to go see a man about a horse. Back in a minute.
Fair enough. We'll stay here.
Yeah.
I was listening to some Grand Funk not too long ago. I have a greatest hits plus a live album plus a studio album, I want to say.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize the live album was a double album because based off the track listing, it didn't look like a standard album. But then you realize every song was 8 to 12 minutes. And I was like, I don't think all these songs need to be that long. Sort of like the AC/DC double live album they did in the 90s. I was just like, I don't think we need a 7-minute version of TNT. As much as I love Angus, I don't need to listen to him go off on a 4-minute guitar solo every song. Which is what they were doing at that time.
Yeah,
we're doing longer sets. Are we adding any more songs? We'll just take longer lead breaks.
I think my favorite Grand Funk song is Inside Looking Out, the live version.
I'm going to go with Shine On.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
It's pretty psychedelic.
Oh man, Fogerty and Winwood,
Ooh,
Santana and the Doobies. Yeah, I could do all.
right? But if I had to choose one, the first two, and it's literally a coin flip, because those would be. Yeah. Everyone mention in the chat what your favorite Grand Funk song is.
There we go.
And you're back.
I dropped out in there.
Yep. I'm gonna go with Santana.
You're
and the
right.
Doobie.
Killer cover of Locomotion.
They did. Which was awesome because that kind of became a bar band standard for ages after, because they kind of showed you how to do it, so you didn't have to reimagine the song, which I love when bands would do that, like a kick-ass cover, sort of like Van Halen's "You Really Got Me." A lot of cover bands would do it that way as opposed to the original.
Yeah.
Cat is using.
Yeah, I was watching a thing on YouTube with the Kinks. They were talking about doing that song, and somebody in the crowd coming up afterwards and congratulating them on playing such a great cover of Van Halen's "You Really Got Me."
What's up, Laz? I could see that. That reminds me of, your rule of thumb, whoever's driving the car can pick the music. And my girlfriend picked me up from work, and she was playing Limp Bizkit, who I was not a fan of.
Mm-hmm.
And their cover of Behind Blue Eyes comes on, and I start singing along, and she's like, first of all, how do you know the lyrics to this since you hate the band? And two, that's not how it goes. Why are you singing the part all up high? It's supposed to be all low. I said, no. Roger Daltrey sang it up high. Because Fred Durst can't sing to save his life, he's doing it all low. And this is a cover tune of The Who. Oh. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, Give Me Shelter cover. That'd be interesting.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Ooh,
worst
covers.
I heard
we can't even do worst covers because that wins. The worst cover is the Jagger Bowie version of Dancing in the Streets. That's possibly the worst ever because it's so produced. You can tell it's like, here's the whole song in place. Come in, went to the studio one day, guys, and just lay down the vocals.
You ever hear the Grateful Dead's version?
Ooh,
kind of disco version. Dancing in the streets.
Oh. What's up, Jimmy Biter?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a nice crowd here. Hit the like, share it around if you want, comment, subscribe if you're new and lurking and haven't said hi. Rusty Cage, yes. Sorry. I like the original better. Of course. One band was very influential on my playing growing up. One artist was avoided by 2 generations of this family. What? And that's how you polarize your audience, Trev.
Oh.
Yeah, Rick, my wife's a deadhead. She and her first husband used to follow the Dead around back in the 80s, 90s.
Ooh, good question.
What am I using for amps these days? I've got a little Joyo hybrid amp with a tube preamp that I use some.
Mm-hmm.
what's that? Oh shit! I'm going blank. Wait a minute.
When Matt says he ate too much, that could be the entire bag of edibles he ate earlier today.
Or he ordered Taco Bell again.
Well, he ate 400 milligrams of edibles right after Ed's show.
Awesome.
And I thought, well, his Sunday just went sideways. I'm going blank. I bet you are. Jimmy Biter got Papa Blue into Dead Daisies. Dead Daisies, great band. Is that the one with Doug Aldrich? Doug, yeah. I ran into him once. I don't know if I got a photo of that or not. It's pretty cool.
My
I
other
saw you.
one's an Egg Raider Tweaker 15.
Nice. How about a Dream
Yeah,
amp?
my red one. Same one, Rick.
Do you have a Dream amp?
I would love to have a which one? A Fender.
A nice vintage Fender.
Yeah. Probably a Bassman would be my first choice.
Ooh. It's like the blonde basement head and speaker cab combo, like Setzer style, with the reverb tank.
Yeah,
Like, is he running two heads? Nope, that's the reverb tank that looks like another amp head. Why is that? Check that out. Yeah, so wet sounding. Jim says Trainwreck Liverpool would be his dream amp. Oh.
Yeah. Never heard of him.
You know what I'll say? The Jose Marshall that was owned by Mick Mars, Richard Fortas, among others, that amp had a sound to it. Which is funny how when Richard was on with Pete Thorne, he was all bragging how that was the amp, and he was sorry to see it go. And then when Mick Mars was on Tone Attack, he was like, that wasn't the amp. That was one of the amps I had modded by Jose, but it wasn't the amp. I'm like, oh! Yeah, me a Jose modded Marshall.
Yeah. I
That'd be
wouldn't
fun.
mind having a Friedman.
Mm-hmm.
A Jose modded Friedman. I don't know how that would work, but you got to bring him back from the dead and such. But
But Dave makes a.
I know. I want to see. Is Jose like? Would he be super old and crusty like my dad? Be like, get out of the way, kid. You don't know what you're doing, and get it.
Doing it all wrong.
Gary Moore's 66 Marshall Blues Breaker JTM 45.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yep. An OG SLO 100 would be pretty cool. No one said Dumble? No, because he built it like custom for every player. So like I'd have to play it to know it. Like you can't. It's kind of a thing.
I got
but it's
another
not a
Dumble
thing.
pedal.
There's a few Dumble pedals out there, but they're all different.
I got one of those JHS not a Dumbles.
There you go. SRV had two Dumbles until he didn't.
Right.
That was a situation that went sideways fast. SRV Soldano that he never picked up. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
What's that tweed half stack over there? Why does it say Soldano on it?
Yeah, Arf, the only problem with Berkshire gear for me, have you ever priced a 55 anything?
Touche. Yeah. Whew. I'm trying to think what would be the most affordable option, because I think 54 was the first year of the Strat, and they didn't make many of them. So there's like, it's basically first year Strat or near it. So that's like, so at least they had a few years to make a Telly before you get a, because a 53 is more, or a 51 are more desirable than a 55. But we're talking negligible. Gibbies, you're into a P90 Gold Top or a black,
right?
P90 Black Beauty.
56 Chevelle, yeah, last. I had a friend had a 66 Chevelle.
I was going to say they didn't start making Chevelles until 65, I believe.
4. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. See, birth year for Richard, 64. So it's just like that's your last year pre-CBS for Fender.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind having one of Pete Townsend's high watts, Billy Baloney says.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to buy.
Yeah, how about Jerry Cantrell's Bogners? Yeah.
I tried to buy a 69 Mustang from a used car lot back, probably mid-70s. I couldn't get the bank to give me a loan for $800 to buy it.
Mm. Right. When Michael Crow says I'd be happy with a birth year pedal, 1969. I was like, what? So that's gonna be like a Fox Tone fuzz or a wah. I don't know. Then again, 69. I mean, Gretsch is still 71, but you're probably getting to like lean year Gretches. Fenders were hit and miss. There he is, next week's guest. Randy Price. You can tell by the way that he is. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys are having hard. 74 wasn't exactly a banner year for guitar making. Just saying.
Yeah.
You want a Gibson for your birth year? Yes. It's got a fucking volute. Then no.
Yeah.
And a pancake body and weighs 9,000 pounds. Or you can get a hit and miss Fender. What's up, Wayne McConnell?
Cheers, Wayne.
And I don't think, I don't even know what
Wayne.
type it is. You know what? I'd probably get a Martin, a 74 Martin.
'69 Champ. I would love that.
Ooh. Michael B says he'd take a birth year Telly. Yeah, probably because Tellys are Tellys.
Yeah.
Oh, you can get the reissue of one. They just reissued the John Osborne signature Tellys based off 68. Except I wouldn't. It's got a B-bender in it. That's cool. The Made in Mexico version's got the stenciled relic paint job, so I wouldn't. And they're I think they're $2,200 US, and that's for the Made in Mexico. But it's got a B-bender. Ooh, Randy. I take a birth year black Les Paul Custom 1987. I thought you'd be all into something like Japanese and Super Stratty 1987 guitar, birth year guitar. But I wouldn't doubt that either, actually. Because Lester Paul says we're getting good again by the late 80s after they moved and got set up in Nashville. Yeah, see, I can't do the Les Paul. It's got a volute. I'm out. Can't have that big old
knuckle.
goiter hanging out there. I don't think most of us can afford a birth year guitar. Randy's got the best shot at it because he's a kid, basically, compared to a lot of us. So, without having to take out a mortgage. There you go. That's
More like it.
right. Yeah, because I don't think. Ooh, maybe birth year phaser, one of those Mutron phasers from the 70s. But even then, 70s effects are pretty flaky. I'd be sent it to Lawrence every week and a half for repairs, and I believe you, Jim.
I think I just threw out some from about then.
It doesn't matter if you put them in the colors, the whites, because they're just gray. Underoos from 1987. I had underoos back in the day because I was a kid in the 80s. An OG Echoplex would be pretty cool. Ooh, 87 ESP Kamikaze. Randy, I am responsible for a lot of money being spent on gear. And it's never cheap gear. I never recommend cheap gear. Because, hey, if I'm spending other people's money, might as well go big. That's the thing, Michael Krause. You'd never be able to service them.
Yeah.
But that's more of a Lawrence problem than a me problem. He's like, not if you want it fixed. Yeah, I think he just, he can wave his magic soldering iron over it 3 times counterclockwise. Exactly. They don't sell music gear. They sell stuff that looks like music gear. Fortunately, that didn't come up on the show earlier today, Trev. Lunch had a melody maker he traded away.
Yeah.
335 would be nice. That's on my list of guitars to get. But they are not cheap for new ones. And it's hard to find a used one. See, used Epiphones, but not used Gibsons. I might get away with an Epiphone. Not sure. What pedals do you like, Ferd? Corey, just wait for that one. Rich and Nagamitsu asking about pedals. I'm shocked.
Well,
all of them. He goes, oh, just the Temu ones. Ooh, burn.
Yeah. I just got a Temu wah pedal that I haven't played with yet. I had to use some of my birthday money. So I bought a $25 Temu wah pedal.
Randy, Boss Metal Zone, and a Digitech Crossroads. Jeez Louise.
Like it.
No, Michael Krause. I did not. I bought the Greta used, even though it was a mint condition, and I have the expansion cab for it too, the 1x12 cab. But it's a great little bench amp. I like that. Rob Blackmore officials here with Devil's Horn and Alien Head. I think Rob's still on a high from that concert he went to a week or two ago. Just saying. I see a lot of
my
posts.
favorite pedal that I've got on my board is a Keeley, what do they call it? Dino My Roto. It's a 3-in-1.
Okay. I know. Billy just trolling openly. I have one of those, I believe. It's over there. It's over there.
What's that?
The DoD Supra medal. Glenn Michael Thompson in the house.
Too fun.
I don't know. I think my favorite pedal that I have right now is that Keeley. It's called a Dyno My Roto. It's a flanger, a tri-chorus, and a rotary, like rotary.
The Leslie.
Like a Leslie, yeah.
Boosh.
Supra distortion.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things are not good. They're ungood. So, anybody want to buy it? Didn't think so. I need to throw it up for sale though. Invest that in towards paying off the V. Which, fun fact, any virtual tips to the virtual tip jar will be going to the virtual V, which is not virtual anymore because it's right over there. Michael Crow says, I have a metal zone and a metal core. I'll go stand in the corner now. I don't have a metal zone anymore. I sold it.
I've never had one.
I sold it to that guy.
Hey, Glenn Michael Thompson.
Get up.
What's up, Four? This is Supra. How can it suck? Oh. That's another one. This is just for Randy Price, little preview. He can just debate it with me next week, Trev. You know, he wants that real vintage metal tone. He needs the Rock Tech metal work.
Ooh, pretty fancy.
Which is basically the Behringer of their day, knocking off the Boss heavy metal pedal. Which, see, Lasses, don't feel bad. I have the Boss heavy metal pedal. Yeah, I have a knockoff of it. So how does that make you feel? All of it's all. Yeah. Rock Tech was the brand.
Rock Tech, metal worker.
The top label is, I think, where the battery goes in. I think, it says push on it. I'm pushing. No, that doesn't want to open up. So it's sealed for her pleasure. What are these made? Made in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
Serial number 009980. Wow, they made almost 10,000 of these at the time. No, it's a standard power jack. There we go. Yeah. I used to have one. Actually, I had the Digitech version. I couldn't sell it for it. I literally gave it away on the channel. One of the first giveaways we did was for that pedal because I couldn't get rid of it otherwise. Nobody would take it in a trade. So, yeah. That came out at the same time as the Woodworker, right? That'd be for acoustics.
Yeah. I did not, Rick.
I did not either. The Sysonics Terminator.
I'm scared.
Vintage oil can delay pedal. Holy shit.
Right? With real oil? Ferd Switch.
I watched Uncle Doug build one of those once.
Just saw my short. I don't know when I haven't made a short in ages, so I don't know which one of the three you saw.
Unless it was a show you were a guest on and someone else made a short that had you in it.
I don't know. I'm curious. Those Morley old oil can delays were dangerous.
I bet. Just D. White Bailey.
I know. Big White.
D.Y. Bailey?
Hitman.
Front door open.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Dwight? That's another one of my favorite pedals, the Timmy.
Timmy? Which one?
The Timmy.
Well, I have the Dutch, which is in the same family, and yes, I agree.
And that little skinny gold horsey clone that I bought for like $30 off of Amazon.
What the hell? My course once drove for 40 minutes to buy a guitar, then the guy took out one of those Terminator guitars. Oh, sorry, my wife posted the wrong picture. And you didn't think to mention that before you arranged the meetup? Now, did you take said Terminator guitar out and use all fullness of your 6'5" New England frame and maybe make a neck adjustment on his neck with an adjustment? What?
Pretend it's a baseball bat.
Great. Swing for the fences!
Randy's got a little update for your Master of Puppets tone. Apparently, Fleming Rasmussen ran an Aphex parametric EQ through the FX loop of the Mark II C+ because he didn't like the sound of it. All right, good to know.
Rick, I play acoustic about as often as I do electric. I keep them all out where I can get at them. I've got a 6-string acoustic electric and a 12-string.
No.
Chat froze. There we go. Brady, I played an acoustic once.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah, mine are both Washburns.
I keep meaning to buy a new acoustic, and then I buy other guitars instead.
Yeah.
Like Blue Mox, is your students like mine? The main bump. I love that line. I can relate.
Yeah. I got everything around my my recliner so I can reach it. All hanging on the wall,
Nice.
except for this one, which I've got here, in case I want to do something while I'm online.
Right on.
Sweet.
Boosh. Nice. Epi Frampton model. Nice. Oh, yes. And she sings with those P90s, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, barks a little bit. Those are what they call a P90 Plus,
Right.
a noiseless version.
Okay. Had to deal with a troll on the face space there, Trav.
Oh,
Guy reaches out to the car ad. And he's like, "Oh, I'm putting this thing together." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "You ever had an issue with family court?" And I'm like, "No." So I'm looking to set up a co-parenting thing. Do you want to collab on it? I was like, "No," and this is not the place to do it. And then he accused me of doing things with people under a certain age. And I went, "Whoa, we need to report this action right now." We're like, I'm like, "You're weird. Go away."
yep.
Randy does have yeah. We discussed that, I believe, Randy. My acoustic's upstairs. It's more climate better there. You could store yours upstairs in Ken's space. No, Ken. It's like, hey, Ken. I'm not the one that thinks of bungalows, more than one floor. I will not conform to that delusion. All right. How about everyone in the chat write their favorite acoustic? Or if they own an acoustic, what is it? How about that? Does everyone own an acoustic? I think everyone should own at least one. Because I think everyone should own at least 20 guitars, because I'm weird that way. Best deal scored last year, Chinese Heritage P90 Les Paul Special Type for 500 minutes. What's up, Jason? Good to see you. How's Wisconsin? Kenosha, as it were. Acoustic? What's that? That's the thing that you play intros to about 20% of Metallica songs to.
It's those unplugged sessions.
Well, that's semi-acoustic, Arf.
It's a song. That's
Billy
the,
has a
that's the guitar you
25
gotta have to play "Wish You Were Here."
Ooh. Nice. Epi Master Build. Taylor 214. Nice. Old Yamaha. Don't know the model. Cheap mono pricing. Then it's your fave. Nice. Easy there, Matt. Yeah, it would be like a J45. Nice. Yamaha FG300. Nice, Jimmy. Like you have a soft spot for the Yamis.
They do make a bunch of nice acoustics, especially the red labels.
and affordable. Although you can, you don't ever see them, but you can spend a fair amount. Oh, what do we got here? 3 Andrew White acoustics that are really nice and a great value. I'm not familiar. What am I checking out? Ooh, Alvarez 12, 2 Yamaha 6s, Ibanez Tallman, ooh, a Univox nylon, and an Ovation copy. Why am I not surprised with that eclectic collection from Munch?
Randy, that's all I ever use is electric strings on anything.
I can't. They just shed everywhere immediately. That's why I
don't do that.
If I ever get my Martin on the dang bench, we'll get some accessories put on it. Fender Acoustasonic Telly. Timmy has 2 D18s, a 70 and a 71. Nice. It's like mine, but mahogany instead of rosewood sides and back. It's the only difference. Yeah, the Texan. I only know that because I watched an interview with Frampton talking about the guitar not too long ago. All right, here we go. Yeah. Got a Gibby, Hummingbird, and a Guild Peacock. Nice. And the Yamaha.
White always has nice guitars.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, and that's, I was waiting because I believe this guy actually performs on stage with acoustics, Trav, on occasion. So, just cut away, Michael in 1976, and a Larrivee OM3 and Old Ovation. All nice vintage stuff. 2 Ovation celebrities, 2 Sigmas, one from the Martin era, a nylon string that fell apart, and a Baby Taylor. A Baby Taylor must look like a ukulele in Michael Krause's hands. Have you tried the XSs or XTs? Because they don't seem like coated strings to me. I'm just curious, Randy. I could ask him that next week, actually.
There you go. Put a pin in that.
Richard prefers a Gibson scale on his acoustics. I don't even pay attention most of the time. Elixir is actually, their big thing, Matt, was getting sold to OEMs because they would just last longer. Because nothing worse than stringing up an acoustic and the strings are dead by the time it gets to the store. You know, you can kind of combat deader strings on an electric, but not on an acoustic. It just, so most acoustic guitar companies ship with coated strings of some kind. Tried the XSs; they were the best. The coated I tried. Oh, yeah. Does a Godin A6 count as an acoustic? Sorta. Well, yeah, sorta. Okay. Rich had a Sigma crafted in Japan, 10th anniversary from about 81. That's awesome. My best friend has it now. Nice. 4 has a Harley Benton acoustic because he only plays electric unless he at camp hangs. Fair enough. It's hard to adjust pedals by the light of a campfire. Just saying. Billy asks, do people who live near the ocean go through strings faster because of the salt water?
I never noticed it when I lived near salt water.
I guess it depends on
if you were on a sailboat or something and actually in the water.
Yeah, you'd have to be like pretty close. I would think like within a few blocks type thing for it to really.
Well,
thing, I think.
I had my acoustic on board ship most times when I was deployed. So I was right close to the saltwater.
Yeah, you'll be rather close. What? I'm reading. I'm like, how would coat the core and not the wrap? Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm curious now. Because that makes no sense. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Well, we're going to go until about the bottom of the hour here, folks. This has been a bunch of fun thus far. Lots of stimulating conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's the middle of March. Wow. Can't believe the month is flying by. Randy Price next week. Then we got Matt McCullum. Then we got a hot dogs and hash episode. And then maybe Jim.
Easter.
Maybe not. Maybe somebody else. Who knows? Hello, 100 TJL. Sideways. Is that Tom Lind, I believe? Oh, sideways, Tom. Kind of have a thing for brass bridge, then turn down the tone. Okay. Oddly, seconds ago, I got emails about coded strings right after you mentioned it. That's quite fine. Stainless steel or naval brass would be your other option. Like Effutone uses naval brass for all their brass components. Because in the Navy, they just call it brass. They're always listening for. Especially if you have TikTok installed on your phone. No bueno.
Nope.
Yeah. So I mentioned brain fart. I can't remember.
Was it the next Buffalo meeting?
Oh yeah, this Wednesday, the 18th, will be the next Water Buffalo meeting. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific for those all tiers of members and patrons. Bell brass is naval brass, was basically. It's basically the closest you can get to stainless brass. I don't know what the difference is. I'm not a metallurgist. Let's rock the fuck out of the parts made out of the stuff.
I know I polished a bunch of bell brass back in the day.
I bet you fucking did. Not familiar with the VSN tape delay.
No.
Next week, metallurgy with Randy Price. Which could happen if we get into pickup talk, because different magnets and metals that they're made out of. The wife sells metal for a living. Yeah, at first I thought, does she work at a jewelry store? But then I heard the Sanford and Son theme going in my head. Dun, dun, dun. I'm like, she working in scrap metal? That's a good question. No one's mentioned Tom's question regarding the tape delay. Yeah, I don't know. Eddie Van Haskell's here. He sent me a video of Elmo getting electrocuted, and I still haven't quite recovered. Let's put all of them through an Elmo and see what happens. Things happen, Trev. Combustible things.
Typically.
Yeah. It was disturbing. Speaking of disturbing, I'm back tomorrow with Connects with Guitars.
And
Bad Album covers that one portion of the show. Appreciate the shout out from Ed, but he mentioned the Monday show. It's Bad Album covers. I'm like, no, that's almost a third of the show.
Never miss it.
Yeah. No. Play a bunch of guitar before and after. That's just one part of it. It's people enjoy that part, sure, but biggest reason for it happening at that point is to give my hands a rest, so I don't get hand cramps halfway through the show.
Yeah.
That's why if you do notice, I'm usually playing best by the end of the show, though, too, because it also takes me longer to warm up than it ever has. Some pump just went off. Just the way that it is.
It started raining here.
Snow. But half the driveways melted the snow off because of the asphalt and reflections and such. I'm not shoveling it. I'm done. I don't need to go out for at least another week.
There you go.
It was 80 degrees here this afternoon before the rain started.
Nice.
It's down to 60 now.
Let's hope it's the last week, neighbor.
It's supposed to be down in the 30s a couple of nights here this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sick of it. I think at some point I should probably learn some new songs for Monday shows. Although we got a new 5440 riff after the other night. Right, Eddie?
Oh, yeah.
Love it, Eddie.
I encourage people to drink the Kool-Aid on this channel.
Not a cult.
Not a cult. Could be a cult. No, Glenn. It's supposed to be warm tomorrow. Then it's back to freezing for another week. So doesn't melt tomorrow in the rain. It's not going to melt. Patrick says, "Well, yeah, but look where you are. You're north. North. I don't know. I had the opportunity to spend this past weekend in Edmonton, but you're not there. Exactly. To my cousin Kelly's request of me coming out next year with Doug, I said, well, if he can arrange for the tournament to be held in July instead of March, I might do that. Kool-Aid's always laced when I'm around for. Always.
That's what makes it cool.
Why is it green Kool-Aid? Oh, we make a butter. It's broccoli infused with all the vitamins. It's not broccoli. You can taste the terpenes. Right? Patrick says, we've had snow on Victoria Day long weekend. For those who don't know, that's the third weekend in May.
Yeah.
Yep, healthy
I love
green
my
drink.
SG, Randy.
I'll find the right one someday.
Yeah.
Or it'll find me. I want an SG Junior than an SG.
Yeah.
And that's partially because of Dave Nestle.
When I first got mine, it had just a touch of neck dive when I first got it until I put that big old stick on it.
perfection.
Some balance, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get the V paid off, and then we can worry about SGs. Maybe I'll get an acoustic finally. The thing is, if I get an acoustic, I can actually make money with the acoustic. Richard Nagamutsu says, I need a real good no-sugar soda. I wish I could help you. I haven't found one yet. I all those artificial sweeteners, I can taste all of them, and I don't like them. I'm trying, though.
I like Coke Zero myself.
Yeah, it's different than Diet Coke.
Those oobly flavored seltzers, if you will, are bad.
True. But they're just more lacking than artificially sweetened. Right?
Yeah, it's just an essence of.
Yeah. I don't know. If we get another hot summer, I might be going back to my summer drink of Gatorade and Club Soda mixed 50-50. Or Sprite if you want to get extra sweet, but the Club Soda will cut it down, so it's kind of nice. Jay Steen in the house.
Yeah.
And a butt cheeks.
Right on.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Both cooking steaks. I'm going to make fish and chips later.
Ooh. Mark, I'm just going to assume you're assuming that because if you did it the right way, you don't remember. Nice.
Yes?
Yes. Pepsi Zero has some ginseng. Gatorade Zero and Sprite Zero mixed is the shit. I can see that. Similar idea, but with way less sugar. Sure. So I was looking at Gretsch's, but for the price of the ones I like, I could get a really nice Les Paul. Well, yeah. Yeah, because the cheaper Gretsch's compared to an Epiphone Les Paul and the expensive Gretsch's compared to a Gibson Les Paul. Funny how that is. I'm doing well, Jay. I hope you and the girls are doing great as well. Jay's a long-time supporter of the channel, for those who know. Usually lurking. Comments on the replays, but man, he goes back to early days of the channel. We lost. That is not a great drink, Eddie. That's just, no. You might use that to seal your driveway in the summertime. No. Exactly. That's right. Ooh. I would like to pick at that scab. Yes. Sounds good. Ew. Well, was she drinking that shortly before you took her home? Are they? Tom's mentioning. I really don't pay attention to Harley Benton's, my friend. It's possible. But yeah, they had the Cockery. Apparently Strats can only be made by Fenders now. Kind of fucks over all these Jungle website and Temu guitars because a lot of them start with a Fender-shaped object. Weird it's only Strats and not Tellys as well, though. So we'll see. Sugar-free ginger ale would be a good thing, Richard. I'm saying Canada Dry does a diet. I don't know how good or bad it is.
Yeah.
This is the soda pop portion of the show, folks. And if you haven't checked it out already, check out yesterday I released a Sun-Kissed Orange taste test. I was going to say demo. Yes, it is.
I think Grandy's right. It is just for Europe.
That would make sense.
Which is why it's a big hit for Harley Benton with being Toman and all.
Well, it is their house brand, right? That's it.
You're gonna have to just make it slightly different.
If I read one more comment about that, why can't I get that at another store? I'm like, really? Like, I hope you're brand new to guitar playing, because if you're not, asked and answered like 8 years ago. They are a Toman house brand. That's why they're made by Toman. That's why Toman is the only people that sell them.
Yeah.
Hey, there he is.
The doctor in the house.
There he is, Charles. Oh, yeah.
You can tell by the way that he is. It is juice free. That's what the weird part was. I thought like it'd be like Orange Gina and have a little bit of juice. Like C Plus used to do that. Minute Maid Orange Pop did that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, somebody's really excited to see Charles. Look at that, all caps. Hey, there he is. The chief bottle washer over at Stompbox Steels. Paul Leonard Ewing, folks.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're just excited. I get it. I get excited too when I see Charles. We all do. Don't know if he was spending the day finishing his brother's guitar or not, and I'm not saying that throw him under the bus, but Ed does seem a little anxious, and will you send it to him so he'll stop buying other guitars off the Jungle website? I didn't mention that to him today. Ed, if you're watching a replay, if you didn't buy all those cheap guitars, you could own an actual Gibson or an American Fender. So, 10 Amazon guitars equal an American guitar. That's the way it kind of works.
Give or take.
Give or take. Haven't seen Red Rock ginger ale. Interesting. I used to be a big ginger ale person, not as much now, which I realized is because I missed the taste of whiskey mixed with the ginger ale, I think. That's why I'm like, this tastes weird because there's no whiskey in it.
Didn't have the rye in it.
Yeah. You just have an expensive, cheap guitar? I wouldn't say that. Cat staring at me. Great. Go upstairs. Or, do you want to hit? Your choice. Contact high. Ryan is ruined with ginger ale. Easy, Patrick. So I would say saved. Although I can drink straight rye too, so there's that. Cowboy style. Shot of rye with a beer chaser.
I want a bourbon. I want scotch. I want beer.
Yeah, neither. See, they got 0 for 2 on the whiskeys, Trev. How about a shot of rye, another shot of rye, and rye and ice. See, now that's that. Nope, can't tell Patrick's a real man from Northern Alberta, Trev.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, Richard. They don't all have sugar. I've done quite a few sugar-frees, with more to come. In fact, I have some extra sour ones, too. I have a sour lemon and a sour watermelon I can't bring myself to drink. And a birthday cake flavored pop, I believe. Which is also sugar-free. It's going to be all the chemicals tasting. I do not like sour, so there's going to be faces involved. Like, if I accidentally gulp it down and it's super sour, You could actually see my face implode on camera. Look, his nose turned from an Audi to an innie. And we have the Michael Krause flavored pop too. What's that? The Boston Cooler. That's one of the biggest. Who's the cooler? Well, that's the person that shows up at the party. The party's rocking. As soon as the guy shows up, it is just yeah. Mexican Colt 7-7 and soda. Neighbor, old school. Wait, what are you, like a cop with Columbo or something? Like, what are you, from 1976? Wow, 7-7 and soda. Wow.
Yeah. Just watered down 7-7.
But it's got bubbles now. It's carbonated.
No,
Kind of.
7-Up has bubbles. 7-7.
Mhm.
I don't know.
You know.
I used to like a whiskey sour.
Yeah.
Quite enjoyable.
4.
Whiskey sour. Holy
That's like some Eddie Van Haskell writes.
Mm.
Or I mix smoking flower and vaping it. Right? Yeah, it's like, yeah, I mix it up. I have weed and
It's a
hash.
moxie. Oh, who's eating moxie? That's gross.
Oh, Dorothy cracks me up. You bought a cheap guitar. Oh, the
Sooner or later.
Shit. I know I'm sick. I haven't had one drop of fruit to eat. I don't even want any.
Mm.
Something's wrong.
Mexican Coke in a glass bottle is one of my all-time favorites. Still one of mine, Richard. You know,
Yeah.
a few years since discovery it. It tastes a little flatter, but it's way better. If they could carbonate it just a touch more, that's all I ask.
You want leftover hamburger helper?
All penguins are black and all falcons are white belly.
Oh, that,
You want me to make it up for you now?
I'll be done here a little bit.
I'm just gonna put it on the counter.
My wife was just saying, Moxie, oh, yuck.
Well, we heard. Excuse me. Well, we did hit the bottom of the hour. And I think I'm going to end the show with a longer video tonight, Trev and Ferd, just because Ed was asking if you could hear my old band play. And one of the videos we use is the old band. So if Ed's watching on replay, or so we could tell Ed to watch that, he'll hear it. But sure, we'll do that. So thanks, Ferd. We're definitely going to have to do this again because, you know, why not? He's the Grand Poobah.
He is the
I
grand.
was going to put that in the show title, but I don't know how to spell Poobah. So there was that. It was morning. It happens. So what else? Yeah, we got Canucks guitar coming up. We got a guitar demo coming out this week. I don't know what we're doing for Friday. Could be a flashback. Could be a restring. Haven't decided yet. But yeah, we'll talk off air here. So hold those doors open. I don't know who. Let's let Patrick Triton sit ahead of you in traffic. Why don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Be good to each other. The happy tone tracing because karma is real. Monk is awesome. Taft is awesome. Arp is legendary. Richard Nagamitsu. Deity? Did I say that? I did not say that. Yeah. Good to each other. Happy tone chasing. And of course, don't litter.
What you